Good evening everyone and welcome back to the Ford... Oh, for God's sake, I've been disconnected. Well, that didn't go so well to start with, but welcome back everyone to the Next Gen Racing Ford Escort RS 1600 League from Hockenheim National, this 2.2 mile circuit in the heart of the German forest. Not quite Nürburgring, but Hockenheim it is this time, and the drivers are just on their qualifying session at the moment, 20 minutes to put in their fastest possible time before a 23 lap race, which will be roughly around 40 minutes. We've got 9 on the grid at the moment. There was 10 earlier, so I'm assuming someone disconnected as well as me. I think it might have been Les, because we were both having issues in the initial lobby, so let's hope that Les can rejoin and hopefully we can have 10 on the grid for the race. Still not a great number, but nonetheless we have got a race coming up, and I'm sure it will be another cracking race as we've seen all season. Last week we were at Ruapuna Park for our first ever wet race, which this man here, NGR Lee, took the victory, the pole and the fastest lap. Only the second man this season to claim the whole shebang of points. Remembering there's a extra point for fastest lap and pole position. Lee currently in second place in the points. But talking of points, let's just have a quick run through of the current standings. So currently Fun Zaxby TV is in the lead on 175 points. Unfortunately though, he is not here tonight. So this man, NGR Lee, who is second in the points, is going to try and make full advantage of it. Currently on 135 points, so 40 points behind Zaxby TV, but with a potential of 23 points up for grabs tonight. We could close that down to about 18 points, with 2 races remaining. So we'll see how things go. Currently Lee is on pole position with 48.4, 1.5 seconds quicker than Hockenheim Mofo in second place. But back to the points table, NGR Scooby G is in third on 118. JPH 99, final race of the season for him tonight, is on 87, just ahead of Hockenheim Mofo on 84. NGR Lagerfani is on 69, followed by the Les on 58. Jamie F430 is on 48, followed by Beckensau 1992 on 36. RDF1 Adam Morris, although currently now known as NGR Adam Morris, is on 30 points, ahead of Slidergas 28 on 28 points, Dave Finn 79 on 16, Fun Go Flat Out on 15, Web User Johnny on 14, NGR Fraser 13, NGR Martin 12, Whitford on 11, Cam 123 Diz on 10 and Robertson on 9. So let's just have a run through of the drivers we have tonight. So as you see, NGR Lee currently out on pole. Will he improve on his fastest lap so far? He just crosses the line now. He does, and about half a second quicker, so he's now 1.7 seconds quicker than, well, than Beckinsale 1992, who was in second, but now just being pushed down by one high mofo as he goes for a spin on the exit of turn 1. Very easy to do on the curbs. Whitford 0 is on track for his second race with us this season. Qualified second on his only previous visit at Sugo. That was 100th of a second off of pole position from WRT Scott McFall, who unfortunately has had to withdraw from the league. But also Whitford finished in second on that race. However, he only had a 2-second penalty. It dropped him from second to 6th. So it just shows you how competitive this league is. So 2 seconds dropped him 4 places. Currently in 4th place in qualifying at the moment. NGR Adam Morris in 5th. JPH99 in 6th. NGR Scooby G down in 7th. Web User Johnny in 8th. And NGR Low Funny in 9th. And hopefully the Les will be able to reconnect with us in this session. Still 13 minutes to go, so maybe he's just sorting out his connection. You will have to excuse me, I am getting a bit of a dose of man flu, so I might be coughing and sneezing a little bit, but obviously I'll try and mute my mic in time before I do that. But let's have a little ride on board with someone on a lap. NGR Lee has just gone even quicker, so he's really putting in the miles at the moment. I think Beckinsale is there, Whitford is there. Who's coming round? One on Mofo. JPH99 will be the next one over the line, so let's have a ride on board with him of this lap of Nürburgring National. Hockenheim National even. So goes across the line to improve his time but not his position. Into turn 1, a very quick right-hander, just flicks it down to third, gets the front end in, and the back end will follow. Have to drive these cars on the nose really. Very easy to run wide or catch a bit of curb and spin off, as you saw one high mofo do earlier. But into turn 2, braking down into second gear, and it's a bit of a compromise of the exit to get a good run through turn 3, and then a long run, well, half a run down into the hairpin, not the full GP circuit. We don't go all the way up to the hairpin, so we cut off about halfway down the straight into a double right-hander, which is taken as one corner, and then into turn 8 at the Mercedes stand. Very easy to run wide on that corner, but then into the turn 10, no, sorry, turn 9, and now we enter the stadium section at Mobile 1. Very quick right-hander. Up into Sachs curve, hairpin, turn 12. Very cambered corner, so use that to your advantage. And then a little hop across the chicane, potentially somewhere you might get caught out, but JPH99 gets through that pretty easily. Into the double right-hander at the end of the lap at Sud curve, now final corner. And JPH will come across the line. Does he improve? He does, and he moves himself up to 5th position. Still 2.5 seconds off the lead, but NGR Lee has been obviously putting the laps in this week. 1.1 seconds in the lead so far on qualifying time. Beckinsale across the line, doesn't improve that time round. Still just under 10 minutes to go, so still got half the session left. So I'm sure plenty will change in that time. It is pretty close other than NGR Lee. So one high mofo just saw coming out of the first sector, 8 tenths up on his previous best, so that is probably with a little bit of a slipstream, so we'll see how he does with that. That would put him a second behind NGR Lee, but still only second on the grid. No, I say only second on the grid. Up to second on the grid. He's had 2 front row starts, has 1 high mofo, Bathurst, and last week in Ruapuna Park. Although no podiums to boast yet. He's had a best of 5th position, and he's had that 3 times. He's up 1.1 seconds now. Can only assume that is with a little aid of a slipstream from, I think, MGR Adam Morris, just ahead of him. No, yes, MGR Adam Morris just ahead of 1 high mofo there. And then we got Beckinsale 1992 just behind. So let's see how these boys do as they come across the line to set another lap. Does Adam Morris improve? Slightly. He moves himself up to 5th, and 1 high mofo does indeed go up to 2nd. Only half a second off off of the pole position time, and there we go, into the wall again. And that has been the story of 1 high mofo's season so far. Very good pace over 1 lap, just lacking a bit of consistency, although he's lacking a little bit of luck at times as well. Whitford now in the final sector, coming through the stadium section, looking to improve on 5th place. Pretty sure though MGR Lee did not have a toe on his best lap. He looked like he was out on his own on the track map. Whitford, does he improve? Maybe just started on a lap because he didn't have a time there. Web user Johnny just come across the line. Don't think he's lap counted, validated for track limits. So yeah, we do have track limits on. So if the game feels you have cut a corner or extended the exit of a corner too much, it will give you a slowdown penalty. It will give you about 10-15 seconds to slow down, and if you don't slow down sufficiently, you will be getting a time penalty, which will be added to your time at the end of the race. We have seen some races decided on time penalties, so drivers will be trying to keep a clean set of hills through this race tonight. Currently NGR Lagafani is going a little bit quicker than his previous best. 1 high mofo just behind in the background. As he comes around the final 2 corners through Sud Curve onto the main straight, across the line. Does he improve? He does improve, and he moves himself up to 8th. Web user Johnny down to 9th, but Johnny's setting a lap time at the moment, so will he move any higher? Just 5.5 minutes left to set a lap time. 5.5 minutes left for Les hopefully to rejoin. But Johnny does not improve on his lap time at the moment. Still time to improve though. So this is round 10 of 12 in our championship. So almost there tonight. Having said that, I think if Zaxby turned up tonight and won, I reckon he would have secured the championship. I didn't work it out because I knew he was not being able to race. But I think he might have been able to secure the championship tonight. Having said that, he's going to have to wait till next week if he wants to try. Where we are at Donington Park National, so a track that I'd imagine most of the grid know fairly well. And if you do as well, if you know the track and fancy a go in these cars, then feel free, please do head down. You see we've only got 9, potentially 10 drivers tonight so really needing the numbers, especially with the season almost over. It'd be nice to finish with a good number of drivers on the grid. Fortunately, we know JPH 99 won't be here next week, but we have got obviously our championship leader Fun Zaxby TV, who should be there, and we've also seen a little bit of interest from other people as well, so feel free please to come down every Thursday at 8:30 UK time, and we'll get you on the grid. So Scooby G just weaving a little bit, maybe feels like he hasn't got the tyre temperatures up to his liking. Let's have a look at where people are on track. There's NJR Lee has just come around turn 1, got web user Johnny ahead of him, and actually I've noticed Lagerfan, he's gone even quicker. He's not moved up on position, he's still in 8th, but he has improved on his time. So a very big gaggle of cars, so I imagine a lot of these will be getting toes off of each other. JPH is the cork in the bottle at the moment, although he's only qualifying, so he's not really holding anyone up. Scooby G will be looking just to settle in behind and get pulled along nicely, as one high mofo demonstrated to perfection with NJR Adam Morris, and I think he's actually sitting in behind him now. Oh no, he's sitting in behind Lagerfan. Yeah, so Lagerfan has got one high mofo behind him. NJR Adam Morris is going to look to sit in behind them, although he's dropping off a back a little bit. Beckinsale has just gone round turn 1, and he's got that all wrong as he slides into the wall on the exit of turn 1, so that's his lap wasted. He'll be trying now to push the boundaries a bit, and now he knows his lap's a bit invalidated. Let's see how much he can push out of the cut. Whitford does not improve on his time, sort of lost track of where everyone is momentarily. NGR Scooby G, only his second podium of the season last race. Those regulars in the Project Cars 2 leagues will know this man is a man to be wary of. Currently leading the A1 Touring Cars and the Modern Touring Car Championship, and second in the Clios on a Monday night. And he's won the what was the V8 Supercar League this season. So definitely a driver with plenty of ability, although he's not really had the raw pace to challenge for wins, has to be said, in these cars. But he has had battles for podiums a few times this season, and he's picked up 2. JPH and himself come across the line with just 30 seconds left, so they'll get another lap. Scooby G does move up ahead of NJR Adam Morris. I've got to get used to that one. JPH didn't see him, definitely didn't improve position, but did improve, didn't see if he improved time. Adam Morris didn't, and neither did One High Mofo. One High Mofo now stuck behind, sitting behind Adam Morris again, and he'll be looking to get that toe that he managed to pick up earlier. I imagine that was Lee coming across the line. Yep, just about got in for another lap. Hello Scott, nice of you to join us on the stream. Hope you're well. Who you're rooting for? That's the question. Lee flicks it into turn 2 and heads off down the back straight. Beckinsale will be the first driver across the line for the final time, just a little bit quicker than his previous best time so far, as he heads into the stadium section. And he's got it all wrong there, and that will be the end of his lap. And Scooby G has also gone off. Maybe he bailed on that one. One high mofo. 3/10 down on his best time, so I don't see him improving there. And everyone seems to be giving up, although Whitford is a little bit quicker. Only attempts, so he won't move up in position. But definitely improve on time if he keeps this up. Hops through the little chicane there, round the penultimate corner and into Sud Curve. He's got NGR Lee behind him. He doesn't really need to set any more times, because he's probably guaranteed pole with the time that Whitford's about to set. And he does improve up to 3rd position. Does Lee go any quicker just to rub insult to injury? I don't know, I didn't see. We'll find out. No, he didn't. But there you go, there's your qualifying standings. NGR Lee on pole position, one high mofo in second, his second front row start in a row, 3rd of the season. Whitford in 3rd position, Beckinsale 1992 in 4th, NGR Scooby G 5th, NGR Adam Morris 6th, JPH 99 7th, NGR Log Fanny 8th, and Web User Johnny in 9th. So should have a little bit of time now for the drivers to get themselves prepared before we head into round 10 of the next gen Ford Escort RS 1600 League. Short run into turn 1. So a bad start now won't necessarily mean you're going to drop a position, as we are now sinking in to the race. Lights up, and away we go for round 10 at Hockenheim National. Pretty equal start it seems, and Charlie getting away well. Beckinsale cut sitting in there. Yep, seems like everyone's got away well. JPH has actually got the worst start and dropped to the back, whereas Web User Johnny has gone from 9th up to 7th. And Whitford has gone past one high mofo, although he's fighting back round the outside of turn 2. And Whitford is going to hold position in second place. And now Beckinsale wants a piece of the action, as one high mofo is going to have the outside, be on the outside of the hairpin, and Beckinsale, if he gets the braking right, should get the position pretty easily. Meanwhile, just behind, battle for 7th place, as is hotly contested, as Lagerfanny's trying to go around the outside, and he's actually pulled it off superbly around the outside of Web User Johnny into 7th place. JPH at the back still, and there's contact there. JPH went to go down the inside. Web User Johnny may have turned in slightly on him, but JPH has gone round a man that we know can set a good lap time and can be pretty quick in these cars. Fortunately now at the back of the field, one high mofo is all over the back of Beckinsale 1992 as we head into Sex Curve for the first time of 23. Not much has changed in the at the start of the race. So Whitford, actually one high mofo has dropped 2 positions. JPH has dropped 2 positions, and other than that, not much has changed. So into turn 1 for the first time, Beckinsale runs very wide, and Lee's got it all wrong into the wall. Thankfully he didn't spin, and that's going to give the position just ahead to Whitford. And one high mofo has obviously got a slowdown penalty as well, because he's had to coast off. Now the front four all closely run together. JPH has picked up a penalty, back in 9th position. Got one high mofo having a look down the inside. at the hairpin on Beckinsale 1992. Locks up a little bit and does well not to make contact. Beckinsale runs wide to give him room and just about holds on to the position, but One High Mofo might try a switch back here. Beckinsale defends the inside a little bit, but can't quite make anything happen, and Adam Morris and NGR Longfanny have both picked up penalties as well. Scooby G just hanging on the back of this group, trying to take advantage of anything that does happen. But it's Whitford in the lead from NGR Lee. This is where Lee got it wrong last time. Obviously he just hit the outside curb and auto spin through him into the wall. Whitford seemed to straddle the curb and get away with it. And NGR Lee may have a look. I think he'll wait, but may have a look into turn 2. Beckinsale actually having a look at Lee. Lee gives him a bit of room, and we're all safe so far. One High Mofo just right in behind this battle for the lead. Scooby G just hanging on as well. I think further back. Yep. Adam Norris has lost the position to NGR Lagerfanny. So Adam Morris down to 7th position now, and web user Johnny has been in the wall clearly as he's dropped to the back behind JPH 99. Meanwhile, back at the front, no change after the hairpin. You can literally throw a blanket over these boys. Admittedly it is only lap 3, but this is the sort of racing we're used to. These guys do race hard and are very close, and in the background you can see Adam Morris has gone round at the hairpin. A very interesting way to go. I think he may retire from that, but One High Mofo gone straight on. Yeah, Adam Morris has now retired unfortunately, so we're down to 8, but One High Mofo has got that all wrong. I didn't see if there's any contact, but the fast left-hander, first right-hander, he's gone straight into the gravel, dropping him down to 6th position. And Lee has taken the lead from Whitford, and Scooby G has come into third place ahead of Beckinsale, who I did see going slow, so maybe had a penalty, a slow-down penalty. But Lee has recaptured the lead from Whitford as they come round turn 1 for the 4th time. And front 4 just spreading out a little bit now, but Whitford still well in range to pounce on any little mistake from Lee. So on lap 2, Lee got it a bit wrong on the exit curb. Whitford took full advantage. But it's a long race, and we often see mistakes right at the end, and positions do change right at the end as well. One High Mofo trying to make up for the time he lost last lap. JPH also trying to make up for the time he lost. JPH lapping very similar times to the leaders actually, so that's good to see. Web user Johnny in 8th position. Obviously Lee with a half a second advantage in qualifying, but that was a One High Mofo who's down in 6th position at the moment. So you'd expect Lee to pull away from the rest of the field if qualifying is anything to go by, but as we've seen, he just make a mistake before, so he needs to be alert. And Whitford is the sort of driver who's not going to say no to an open door. Beckinsale now pressuring Scooby G for 3rd position. Beckinsale must have got a slow down penalty there, as he's now dropped bit further back from Scooby G. Whitford still tucked under the rear bumper of NGR Lee. Lap time wise they're at 47s for these two, 48 for NGR Scooby G, 47 for Hockenheim Mofo as well. So there we go, settling the case that he did deserve to be on the front row. And he's closing in a little bit on NGR Lagerfani, who's up in 5th position at the moment. Lagerfani currently best position of 6th, and he's where he needs to be to improve on that. You know, we're only on lap 5 of 23, so still a long way to go yet. Hockenheim Mofo will be looking to make the most of his speed. Gets it right this time, doesn't throw it straight off into the gravel. Really bemused at how far wide Hockenheim Mofo went into that right-hander at Mobile, but he maybe got a touch to be sent that far off. At the corner he must have either hit something or been hit himself. But here we go, Hockenheim Mofo I imagine will be lining himself up to make a move on NGR Lagerfani anytime soon. Gets a better run out of turn 1. Lagerfani runs a little bit wide onto the curb. Beckinsale just ahead, so Beckinsale's dropped well back from the front three. And Hockenheim Mofo has got the position and will now look to pull away. Lagerfani won't be after wanting him to do that. He'll push him as hard as he can and try and retake the position. But as we have seen a few times this season, Hockenheim Mofo is prone to the odd mistake. So we'll see how this pans out. Back in the front though, Lee is pulling away slightly from Whitford. So how far has he dropped back? Yes, he's dropped well back, so maybe a mistake somewhere at the start of the lap, or he's just had a fair few slowdown penalties. Scooby G quite comfortably in 3rd position with only 5 seconds off the lead, so if anything major happens to the leaders he will be there to pounce. JPH99 coming through Sachs curve. I say his last race of the season, very unfortunately. Only in this championship, of course, so he will be commentating as usual in his other commitments, and he will be racing in these other leagues as well. Very busy man. And Hockenheim Mofo has made the mistake and dropped back behind NGR Lagerfani. So it didn't take too long, but it has happened. Web user Johnny has now picked up his first penalty of the race. Lagerfani going down, Hockenheim Mofo even going down the inside into the hairpin. Should get the job done, and Lagerfani is hanging it around the outside. If he can keep it there at the inside line, but no, he didn't quite manage it. And Hockenheim Mofo yet again retakes 5th position. Lagerfani showing some speed tonight. So Whitford now got 2 seconds behind NGR. maybe just showing how much of an advantage the toe is. He was keeping up alright with Lee at the start. Now he just dropped out of the toe. It's falling back. Got about 4 attempts at that last lap. So he'll be hoping that NGR Lee will make another mistake like he did on lap 2. Scooby G hanging on to these boys. Actually lapping about 4 attempts slower than Whitford. And almost identical time is Beckinsale 1992 in 4th position, 12.5 seconds off of the lead. JPH just getting it a bit out of shape in the background. But NGR Lagafani is staying in touch with Hockenheim Mofo, and he's definitely still on the slipstream, so if he can keep it there, he might be able to make a move back. Hockenheim Mofo seems to pull away a fair bit on the straight. Double apex right hander at the hairpin. The Mercedes coming up, turn 7. And the more tricky corner than it looks, that right hander. Very easy to get some wheel spin. Both drivers giving the inside curb a fair bit of margin. Let's just have a look at the penalties the drivers have received so far. So Hockenheim Mofo currently on 5 seconds worth of penalties. Lagafani on 3. So if the gap stays as it is, Lagafani will go ahead of Hockenheim Mofo. JPH with 1 second and Web User Johnny with 5. The lead is all evenly spread actually. Saying that, Scooby G has suddenly dropped back, so maybe making a slight error. Back to 7 seconds now. And Charlie, the only man so far, or only man last lap to be in the 47s. What was it? 7 tenths quicker than Whitford, 6 tenths quicker than Beckinsale. So just showing how dominant he is tonight. And he's going to look to make it 2 out of 2 for pole, win and fastest lap. Lagafani still there or thereabouts with Hockenheim Mofo just ahead. JPH not too far behind. Let's say that, 6 seconds. Web User Johnny still circulating. In his yellow and black, slightly battered Escort. Let's have a little lap on board with NGR Lee. See how he is doing this. 47.9. So turn 1, flicks it down. Doesn't brake too much, using the engine braking to its fullest. You see no assists for any of these drivers tonight. We run realistic setting assists for these cars, and being as old as they are, they don't have ABS or traction control or stability control. So all down to driver skill. As he comes up to the hairpin for the 10th time. Flicks it down to second, uses the speed, scrubs the speed off through the corner and into the fairly tricky left-hander. But Lee making it look easy, and that's why he's pulled a 4-second gap to Whitford, and he's lapping a fair bit quicker than anyone else. Come into the fast right mobile one now. Just flicks it down to third. keeping the speed up. All about momentum, these cars, keeping the momentum, keeping the speed up through the corners, as they don't accelerate terribly well. Very easy to spin the wheels up and get the back end out though. Having said that. There we go, no brake, it's just to flip the gear down. This should be flat out around here, I imagine. Yes, it is. And across the line. What lap time is he going to do? Does he pull away even further? He's 47.6 that lap. Whitford is going to do a 49.0. Almost a second and a half quicker than the second place man. Scooby G in third, even half a second slower than Whitford. Beckinsale has had a shocking lap and is now within touching distance of Hockenheim Ofo. Whitford's actually just picked up a penalty. That must have been at turn 1. But Hockenheim Ofo now has a target, and Beckinsale, that looked like a bit of a corner cut to me. And I think, yeah, pulling over to serve his slowdown, and Hockenheim Ofo will now just drive straight past. When the slowdown penalties aren't something that I particularly like, but some tracks like this, turn 1 and the final corner, are so easy to make stupid advantages out of. Felt the need to have them on tonight. And Hockenheim Ofo up to 4th position now. These two are actually battling quite a lot last race at Ruapuna Park in the wet, and Beckinsale did come out on top that time round, but Beckinsale looking to get back by Hockenheim Ofo. Qualified in 4th, so definitely on the pace. Yeah, nice clean lap run. It's got a very good lap, and you can tell just by the lap time that he was so much quicker than everyone else that last lap, but luckily lap we caught on board. I'll look to see if that was the fastest lap in the race in a minute. Although he's dropped down to 48.0, that's disappointing. Whitford 53 that last lap, so maybe he had to slow down to slow down penalty. But Beckinsale still just sitting in behind Hockenheim Ofo, and I reckon he might have a go into the hairpin at turn 4. Or even now, as Hockenheim Ofo gets all out of shape through turn 1. Beckinsale has the inside and should get the move done on the brakes. He's well past now, and he does get the move done, so back ahead of the red and black machine into 4th place. These two last week fighting for 6th and 7th. So Beckinsale does have a podium to his name though, unlike his rival at the moment, Hockenheim Ofo. Beckinsale getting a podium at Brands Hatch a couple of weeks ago in what was, the, other than first place, the closest, well, would have been the closest ever second place. It would have been 4 cars within a second of each other. Unfortunately though, there was a little bit of an issue. I think it was Lee and Scooby G come together just before the line, and Beckinsale came through to take his first podium. But Beckinsale, one of the a guy who come into the championship halfway through, and straight from the off really showed his pace. I think his first race was at Sugo, and in that race, where was he? He was 7th, but 7th wasn't the whole series of the race. He was battling up the front for a fair portion of it, and then Brands Hatch got his podium just his second race, Ruapuna Park in 6th. It's similar to this guy that we're riding on board with Hockenheim Ofo. He's definitely got pace, as they both got slowdown penalties there. Wow, Beckinsale will feel a bit lucky there, but he's not just been driven past and lost slipstream. However, Beckinsale did slow down more than Hockenheim Mofo, maybe a bit more used to the slow down penalties and making taking advantage of it. As I was saying, these two very similar in terms of got good outright pace, just lacking a little bit of consistency and a little bit of luck at times. But NGR, Lagfani and JPH aren't too far behind them two. JPH closed right in, well, just over a second that last lap on Hockenheim Mofo. Web user Johnny just coming out of turn 1 now. Beckinsale will be looking to get back by. I mean, these guys could probably work together, but to close the gap on Scuba G in third, well, it is a fair old gap, 15 seconds. So they'll have to be lapping just under a second a lap quicker than Scuba G to catch him. And then you've got to pass him as well. He's not an easy man to pass. So these guys are basically fighting for fourth. Well, they are fighting for fourth. We know that. But yeah, unless one of the three leaders have a massive moment and lose a fair chunk of time, these boys will be no higher than fourth place. Let's just go back further here. JPH 99 just setting his personal best lap of the race, 49.5. How does that compare? 6 tenths slower than Lee that time, but lapping the same as third position Scooby G. So we know JPH is capable of a quick and competitive time. He got fastest lap at Willow Springs in round 4 even. Also got a podium there as well. But obviously got turned round on lap 1 after a poor start, dropped to the back, and then coming into this corner at we're coming up to now turn 7 at Mercedes stand. Just was either a bit optimistic or a bit unfortunate that maybe the Johnny turned in on him, but I think it was a bit of half a dozen of one and a dozen of the other, something like that. Can't really remember. Something that's the phrase. You know what I mean. So JPH went round because of that, but now trying to recover up to 6th position. Generally where he's been finishing in a lot of the races, it has to be said. He's had, what, how many's he had? 6th or 10th. Missed that one. A 3rd, a 6th, an 8th, an 8th, a 6th, and a 4th. So yeah, he's been pretty much around the midfield spots all season, and now JPH will be looking to get the move done as he's got a good run out of turn 1. He's got the inside line to turn 2. Lagfani's not defending too much, but he's going to try and hold it around the outside. And does he do it yet? Lagfani's maintained position so far. JPH desperate to get through. Here we go, down the inside, under braking. Does he make the corner? He goes a little bit deep. It looked like a little bit of contact there. But Lagfani's not giving this up without a well and truly good fight. Lagfani got the inside now. JPH is going to try and hang it around the outside, and he's done just that. Now have the inside line for turn 8, and he has got the position. And I've actually missed this, but Beckinsale has got ahead of Hockenheim Mofo. So 2 changes of position there. All at once, unfortunately. So Beckinsale up to 4th, Hockenheim Mofo back to 5th, JPH up to 6th, and Lagfani into 7th. No, we're staying with him for the moment. And we look to retake the position off of JPH. JPH pulling away a fair bit through turn 1 there, you can see that clearly. So Largfunny, I think will be out of slipstream range now. Maybe just about in it, but it won't be as strong as he needs it to be. But he'll be hoping JPH will make a mistake, although we don't really see too many from JPH these days. We did at the start of the season, but recently he's been pretty on point. He's just been a little bit unfortunate with other people. And, oh, here we go. The battle rages on between Hockenheim and Beckensau 1992. Beckensau just about maintaining 4th position as he takes to the defensive line. Don't really think he needs to do it at this corner. It's not an overtaking opportunity. He moves back over to take the normal line. Hockenheim thinking about it. So it's back in. And they'll look to get through. I reckon at turn 2 we'll go for it. So keep an eye on this. So go on board now with Hockenheim. We cross the line to start lap 17 for these guys. Well, this has been a corner that's decided a lot of overtaking opportunities already. Both drivers getting through there cleanly this time. And Beckensau clearly with a better exit as he's pulled away about a car length. Flicking the back end out, and Beckensau has actually gone very wide. So Hockenheim will look to capitalise. Not really close enough to do it there, but he'll have the slipstream and try and get back through. Definitely not close enough unless he's really brave. Into the hairpin. No. Hockenheim feels just needs to be patient. Beckensau, you can see he's defending a lot. So maybe just show his nose every now and then, just to keep him aware that he's still looking. And just maybe catch Beckensau off guard at some point in the lap. Just behind as well. Largfunny still in range of JPH, but not close enough to make a move on him. So we'll stay with this battle. The 5th. I just noticed JPH was the 2nd fastest driver that last lap. So the boy can drive, we know that now. Oh, Hockenheim almost getting caught out by the exit curb at turn 1. Largfunny is staying with JPH very well. And actually was 7/10 quicker last lap compared to JPH. Meanwhile, back at the front, NGR has a very comfortable 11-second lead over Whitford. Scooby G, another lonely race for him unfortunately, but in 3rd place he will be happy with a podium. Currently sitting 3rd in the championship. Beckensau, as we've seen, with his mirrors full of Hockenheim. JPH just pulling away a bit now from Largfunny, and maybe he's a Johnny. is continuing round in 8th position. But this is the battle we are interested in at the moment. Battle for 4th, and whoa, I've just seen a flash of Scooby G. 59 second lap last time round, so he's obviously come off somewhere. And these boys are only 5 seconds behind now, so they are well and truly in range of Scooby G. So if they do work together, they could well catch him. Let's see what time Scooby G does across the line this time round. 52. So maybe he had a slowdown. These boys are on 49s. Let's have a look at the fastest laps of each driver. The best laps: 47.1 from Lee, 47.2 from Whitfield, 48.3, 48.4, and 47.8. So they're pretty evenly matched on terms of fastest laps. These three. JPH 49.4, Lager 49.8, and Johnny 50.4. Hockenheim has dropped back a little bit now. He's obviously had a slowdown penalty that we missed. Reconcile with a bit of light relief for now. But we've seen Hockenheim has a little bit of more speed in his car, so we'll be looking to close the gap up again. Scooby G in a very lonely 3rd position. Having to check his mirrors a little bit now because of that mistake he made. Fortunately we didn't quite see that, but as it was, it's NGR Lee in the lead and pulling away every lap. Would have been interesting to see how he would have got on with the likes of Fans XP TV and WRT Scotland Full, but showing the sheer pace he has tonight, and that is why he's 2nd in the championship, and with 2 wins under his belt, he looks pretty set on making it 3. Only 3 laps remaining for the man in green, and he's got a nice gap of 13.5 seconds to throw away. So this man, Whitfield 0. A serial winner around Rouen Les Azarts, I hear. He's not lost there in the Classic Tours on a Monday night. However, he's only in 2nd tonight. He did finish 2nd in his first race at Sugo, but as I mentioned earlier on, he had a 2-second penalty which dropped him 3 places down to 6th. 4 places down to 6th. Idiot. Yeah, I mean, he has got a penalty, but it was only a couple of seconds, so he won't be losing any positions over that at the moment. Hockenheim struggling to keep up with Beckinsale, who's actually closed 4/10 last lap on Scooby G. JPH still has Lagerfani in his mirrors, only 2 seconds behind, 2.5 seconds behind. So if JPH is going to slip up, he will not want it to be a big mistake, as Lagerfani is a seasoned veteran at pouncing on mistakes, as I can vouch for last week. Web user Johnny still circulating in 8th position, so excellent to see. Everyone scoring points tonight. Johnny racing with us once before, and that was round 1, I think. Maybe it was Alton Park. Yeah, no, I think it was round 8, Brands Hatch. He was in 10th position there. So Johnny still circulating, Whitford just behind him. about to put a lap on the yellow and black machine as he duly obliges. Excellent done by Johnny there. Johnny's actually been quite impressive in a lot of series he's raced in. Fairly new guy to the leagues, and he's trying his hand at a lot of things and actually not doing too bad in a fair few of them. So excellent to see. JPH nothing in the 50s, low 50s now. So just using a little bit of his pace that he had early on. And Beckinsale has obviously had a mistake somewhere as he's dropped back a little bit from Scooby G and is falling back into the clutches of One High Mofo. He still out in commanding fashion, and he was actually slower that time than Whitford, so clearly slacking and sandbagging, obviously. Only a 48.6 that time round. It's disappointing. But if you guys do fancy having a race with us at NXTGEN Racing, please do head down to the NXTGEN Racing Facebook page. We're looking for drivers in a fair few leagues, including this one. Oh, Beckinsale has actually just picked up a penalty. Just noticed that. Let's see what he got. 3 seconds. So he'll still be ahead of One High Mofo with the penalty. But as I was saying, yeah, we've got all PlayStation leagues, Project Cars 2, GT Sport, Assetto Corsa, Dirt Rally and F1. So on Monday night, it's the most popular night of the week. 3 touring car events back to back, so you can have a go at all of them. Then we haven't got anything on a Tuesday or Wednesday anymore, unfortunately. Obviously this is on the Thursday, and we are looking for numbers. 2 rounds left after this one next week at Donington National, which should be a pretty good race. Normally is in most categories, and I don't imagine this will be any different. Then on a Friday night we have Ginetta GT5s followed by Ginetta GT4s, very popular league as well. Saturdays we've got Clio's, nothing on a Sunday. GT Sports gaining in popularity, if anything, I think. Monday nights we have got the Mini Cup, sponsored by Chloe Hewitt. Tuesdays Focus Cup. Wednesdays GR3s. Thursday and Friday Porsches, and on a Sunday GR4s. And then also Assetto Corsa, which this man here, NGR Lagafani, he runs on a Wednesday night, the classic DTMs. Excellent car to choose from there and to give a go, so definitely head down to that if you can. Dirt Rally is run by this man, JPH99. It's a week-long event to set your best stage times, I think, is the aim of the game. Obviously the fastest time wins. So yeah, Dirt Rally one to look for. And F1 2018 also on a Thursday night. So if you fancy a bit of F1 action, go for that. And we also have a race room league as well. Don't know what night that is though. But oh my god, I've missed it. NGR Lee has come across the line to take the win, and with it his third victory of the season. Whitford comes across the line to take the podium that he didn't receive at Sugo. Webby's and Johnny's across the line as well. Scooby G will come across the line to take third position. His second podium in a row, third of the season, and Beckinsale will just about hang on for fourth position ahead of One High Mofo. JPH, his last race of the season, coming across the line to finish in his what will probably be his usual position in 6th place. And he should have a go at rolling it. Here we go. Awfully done. NGR Lagerfani will come across the line for 7th position, and that is all we have for our finishers. So, I mean, I had a nightmare in getting the win across the line, but it was NGR Lee, and he does take pole and fastest lap again, so closing the gap down to the Fun XP TV at the top of the points to just 18 now, with 2 races remaining. Whitford takes 2nd ahead of Scooby G, Beckinsale in 4th, One High Mofo in 5th, JPH 6th, Lagerfani 7th, and Web User Johnny in 8th position. So I am a bit annoyed with myself, in all honesty, for missing Lee across the line, but absolutely dominant drive by the man in green, and definitely the one to beat as we come up to Donington National next week. So yep, join us again if you can, and it'd be great to have you on the grid. So same time next week, 8:30 on a Thursday night, and we will see you then. Thank you guys. Good night.